next year. I'm just trying to encourage your advisors to take over for me. It's been fun, but somebody else needs to step up. I want to welcome you. I'm glad you're here. If you have any questions, you can look for me. I'm kind of the boss, but also Ms. Gwell and Mr. Sines from PSJA. But I'm going to turn this over to the officers, and they'll let you know what's going on. Well, they're almost ready to let you know.
Good morning, District 1. Welcome to the DECA District Leadership Conference. We're going to welcome Vipers Team President Bert Garza.
Good morning. Morning. My name is Bert Garcia. I'm the president of the Rio Grande Valley Vipers. With a raise of hands, how many times or how many of y'all have seen the Vipers play?
This guy right here.
I always ask that question because to me that's the most excitement I get is when I can know that people are going to see Coach Nurse and our Vipers play. So thank you all for being here. We welcome you guys November 25th to the start of our season so we can see the Vipers play against Erie. Now today we're going to be able to welcome two different speakers today. Coach Nurse, which we just hired from, he was with the Iowa Energy Ambassador. Interesting story about Coach Nurse, if y'all follow the Vipers, was that he actually beat us last year. So we're not going to boo him today, we're actually going to cheer him on. So we're excited to do that. And another speaker, which is one of my mentors in the league, is Jerry Murphy. Jerry Murphy is the Vice President of the NBA League. I think you'll be able to learn a lot from him, from his steps from where he started to where he's at now. So thank you all again for coming. We welcome y'all. Please stop by our store. Please visit us at the games. And if you guys have any questions, please let us know at any time. Thank y'all.
Now we're going to go ahead and welcome the new head coach of the Vipers, Mr. Nick Nurse.
Good morning. Good morning. I really appreciate those claps. I was down here in April coaching against you guys, and what did you say? It wasn't booing, but I was getting a hard time. But welcome everybody this morning. How's everybody doing today? This side's doing good. How's over here? How you guys doing over here? First thing I want to do is I want to tell you that I'm going to take some questions and answers from you. I've been coaching professional basketball. This is my 22nd season coming up. I'm originally from Iowa, way up in the north. Got one Iowa over there. Somebody that's at least been to Iowa. Anybody been to Iowa? Anybody? No, come on, seriously? You met some Iowans. I grew up in Iowa. I played high school basketball there. I played college basketball at the University of Northern Iowa. From there I went to Europe to play professionally for a little while. And then I started coaching right away. I coached at a small college for about 4 years. And then I went back to Europe to coach for 12 years. And I've been coaching in the NBA Development League this is going to be my 5th season coming up. So what I'd like you to do is obviously, I'm in a leadership position being a head coach. For 16 of those 21 years I've been a head coach. I've been an assistant coach for 5 years. And obviously, in a position as a head coach, we have some leadership responsibilities and duties and how we convey those to our players. So what I'd like you to do first of all is think about, maybe some questions you would have for me here in a couple minutes about, what do I do as a coach? How do I coach my team? How do I motivate the players? How do I organize practice? And anything you want to know about that, okay? So first I'm going to tell you a little story, okay, then I'm going to open it up for questions and answers. I'm lucky enough, I'm all also, I coached in Europe for a long time. I'm lucky enough to be one of the coaches for the Great Britain national team. And the reason that's really neat is next summer the Olympics are in London. The 2012 Olympics are in London, and I'm going to get to be one of the coaches that coaches the Great Britain team. And the reason I tell you that is every summer for the last 6 summers we've been preparing. Ever since London got the bid, we've been preparing for this. So I go to Europe for about 8 weeks a summer to coach this team to get them ready for next year's big competition. And 3 summers ago we were in Israel, in Tel Aviv, Israel, playing the Israeli national team. And Israel's really good with a strong tradition of basketball, and Great Britain has never really had a very strong tradition of basketball. We were trying to prepare for the European Championships, which Israel had qualified for 25 straight years, and Great Britain had never qualified ever before. So we're in Tel Aviv, we're playing Israel. They're heavily favored against our young team, and our team is playing really well. First quarter goes, we're hanging in there. Second quarter comes, we start to take control of the game. We get up about 8 points, 10 points, 12 points, and we keep the lead going into halftime by 12 points. About 12,000 fans in the place. If you've ever seen any European basketball, it's a little bit like European football, is that the fans are really passionate, jumping all over the place, waving flags, singing songs. We got this lead, our little team from Great Britain's got this lead in Tel Aviv, 12 points at the half. We come out of the second half and we continue to play well. And with about 2 minutes to go, we're still up 10 points. So we got them. We got them. If we win this game, we're going to qualify for the European Championships for the first time in the country of Great Britain's history. Well, 2 minutes to go, up 10. They hit a 3, all of a sudden we're up 7. They hit another 3, all of a sudden we're up 4. We're inside 40 seconds now. They hit another 3, now we're up 1. Okay? With 12 seconds to go, we have the ball, we inbound it, we pass it around, they foul us. 2 seconds to go. We're up 1, we got our best free throw shooter on the line. We're feeling okay. He's going to go up, make 2, we're going to win by 3, we're going to go home. He comes up, takes the first shot, makes it. We're up 2. 2 seconds to go. Second shot, he misses it. It hits the front of the rim, bounces back almost all the way to him. And as a natural reaction, he kind of goes like this to get the rebound. And a player jumped in front of him to kind of block him out. And the referee saw his hand go up and said he went over the back and called a foul on him. Okay, he didn't touch him, but he kind of looked like he was reaching for it, and this guy come in. So obviously they got a home court call. But anyway, they call the foul, they get to go to the other end now to shoot 2 free throws to tie it up. And they do. They shoot the first one, make it, they shoot the second one, make it, tie it up, send the game into overtime. And we promptly go into overtime and lose by 10 points. Okay? Really a heartbreaking loss. And our head coach at the time, who some of you will know was also the head coach of the Vipers the last 2 seasons, Chris Finch, was really upset. Really upset, complaining, coaches get emotional or whatever. We get on the team bus after the game outside the arena, and when you're in a foreign country doing these things, they have usually a local person that's kind of your liaison that shows you around and helps you with anything you need. We had this older gentleman, probably 75 years old, that was our guy, been involved in basketball for a long time, and he was just sitting in the front, and Coach Finch was really upset. Just probably saying a few words he probably, definitely words I can't repeat here, okay? But he's really upset, and he's throwing his arms down, and he's complaining about the call, and I can't believe the guy made that call, and we had that game won, and all those things were true. And he finally catches this old guy's eyes, and he says, "What did you think of that call?" To this 75-year-old Israeli guy. And the older gentleman said, "I believe in life, there's balance. Tonight you did not get the call to go your way, but somewhere down the line you will." The whole bus just went completely silent. A really prophetic statement about You give it your best, sometimes it works out. You give it your best, sometimes it doesn't. Okay? One of the things that I live by with my team is this. Okay? We are 16 teams in our league are all going for the same goal, the championship, which my team last year I was fortunate to get. The year before, Rio Grande Valley got it. Okay? Everybody's going for the same goal. But the biggest thing that we live by daily is we got to get out of bed and we got to try to outwork our competition. Okay? There's 15 other coaches in the D League that are trying to get the same thing I'm trying to get. Okay? So we get out of bed, we set our goals, we make our organization, our plan of attack, really put in a good, honest day's work and take each day at a time. And then you kind of let the chips fall where they may. You know that if you've done your best, okay, and if you continue to do your best over the course of time, okay, good things are going to happen. Okay? All right. I'm going to open it up for some questions now. If anybody has any about coaching the Vipers, coaching energy, my coaching career, leadership in general, if anybody has any questions at all. Yeah, go ahead. How do I motivate every player before a game? Okay, really good question. Really good question. There's a lot of things that I do. First of all, I would consider myself I'm not a control freak, okay? And I don't think that everybody gets motivated the same way. Okay, that's the first thing. So I give them a lot of freedom of what they need to do to get themselves ready to go. So some guys some guys like to have their headphones on, listen to music. Some guys like to go maybe open a Bible and read the Bible passages before a game. Some guys might, I think that's one of the biggest things. You got to get them comfortable to do whatever they need to do personally to get themselves ready to go. And that starts from the morning. You know, on a day of a game, we usually have a morning shoot around. Okay, where we get together for about an hour to walk through team's tactics or whatever, and then that goes all the way through the game day. Okay. One of the things though that I think is comforting for them, one of the things I tell them to do a lot is if they get a chance to get on their own for, you know, even 5 or 10 minutes during the day or in the locker room, is to just run over the game plan or run over our plays that we're going to run. To try to tell them to forget about whether they're going to make lots of shots tonight or whether they're going to, you know, have a really bad game or a really good game themselves, but to think about if you just do what you're supposed to do right for the team, usually things will work out. Okay? Just a couple other things, it's a long answer, sorry. Just a couple other things is that we really try to be super organized and take a lot of the questions out of things for them. I mean, players are nervous. It's a big deal. I mean, our league is like, these guys are just on the cusp of being in the NBA. So each night they step out there, they're being evaluated not only by the NBA GMs and scouts that are in the stands, but all our games are shown worldwide on the internet. And there's, you know, thousands and thousands of basketball people watching these guys every night. So they are pretty nervous. They understand that, you know, a good performance can take them to the next level. A bad performance could knock them down. So we try to get them as much information as they can about who they're playing against so they can be ready. You know, I think they build a lot of confidence in our coaching staff if we have them ready to play their opponents so that they can be in the best position possible to succeed. Good question. Thank you. We're switching microphones tonight. Anybody else have a question? Shoot.
Go ahead. Do I have family? Oh, do I have a family? Yeah.
Yes, I do. Question is, do I have a family? Yes. And then how do you find time to manage your personal life with your professional life, right? Really good question. Again, takes a little bit of organization, and the first organization part is to decide what your priorities are. Okay, and I think for me it's really simple. For me, it's your faith or your spirituality is your main focus. Okay, your second main focus is your family, and then your next main focus is your career. That's for me in my order. Okay, and you usually don't have much time for 4, 5, and 6. If you want to, if you want to grow spiritually or have some faith-based practices, if you want to have good relationships with your family, and if you want to be really successful in your career, I think that's a pretty good priority. I think it's a pretty short list. I had a kid play for me once a long time ago when I was coaching in college who used to tell him, I don't know if I believe this or not, but I think it's kind of a funny little saying. He used to tell him that school first, basketball second, you ain't got time for number 3. So it's kind of that same theory, but I think that's a good order. How do I find time is a good question, because the pressures of what we do is pretty immense, and there's always work to do. Constantly there's work to do. Like I just got an email from my bosses at the Rockets. The Houston Rockets own our team, and I've got I don't know how many players they sent me. I have to watch film of today, so it's piling up. My weekend will be spent. A lot of it will be watching film of players. Okay, there's always work to do, but I think again, you got to be organized. You got to plan. And again, I hate to say the same things over and over, but so once in a while you got to let the chips fall where they may. It's kind of like studying for a test. You can study. At some point, you gotta say, I'm gonna get some rest, I'm gonna eat well, and I'm gonna get myself more well-rounded, ready than to just keep turning pages and turning pages and turning pages until the test comes. Okay? Answer that okay? All right, good question. Any more?